My name is David Tanner. I'm a violinist in the Columbus Symphony Orchestra, and I have been tasked to make a video for students about vibrato. So I'll give you my best thoughts as I conspicuously read from my notes to keep this organized. Even when we are advanced, it's worth thinking back to the origins of our vibrato. So this video will describe aspects of this that relate to students first learning vibrato. Maybe it will even be of interest to members of the symphony audience who see the string player's hands wobbling back and forth and wonder what's going on. So what is vibrato? Vibrato is the undulation of musical pitch up and down in order to enhance musical expressiveness. By varying the amplitude, or how wide the pitch varies, and the speed at which it oscillates, we create different musical effects. So the hand moves back and forth in an action that terminates in the finger, which rolls up and down, changing the pitch. Vibrato is never achieved by sliding the finger. So if I play a note without vibrato, and I add vibrato, it sounds very different. What I'm really doing is you can hear the difference in music when you play with or without vibrato. So without vibrato, or with vibrato, so on the violin, there are two distinct types of vibrato. A hand vibrato, characterized by a motion which occurs above the wrist, and an arm vibrato, characterized by a motion which occurs by the motion of the elbow. Each of these requires flexible finger joints. I always suggest that my students learn both types of vibrato because different circumstances of position of the hand and musical context can make one type of vibrato more suitable than the other. Incidentally, it's commonly agreed that vibrato occurs below the pitch of the note because moving higher than the note causes the pitch to sound high. So when students are first introduced to vibrato, the teacher plays and the student thinks, wow, that's fast. So they view that as the goal, being fast. And unfortunately, that's a hindrance to learning. Immediately they twitch their arm and it doesn't go well, and then the arm just seizes because there's two activities going on at the same time that oppose each other. So everything just freezes and stops. So we all eventually realize that vibrato can only be learned by conscious, slow work. Only by practicing slowly and gaining control of each direction, up and down, do we teach our mind and limb to develop a vibrato which is even and variable in speed and amplitude. A student starting to learn vibrato begins by playing a back and forth, extremely slow motion, often with a metronome. Sort of like that. Evenness is the goal as we separate the up and down directions in our mind. And even if you're advanced, this kind of practice is beneficial, particularly if your vibrato is one speed, or too fast, or nervous sounding. And even after you think you know how to vibrate, you might stop practicing it slowly, but you should probably continue to do so. No one really teaches you vibrato. You're taught how to learn, and then you experiment to learn the physical skills. How you apply it musically is based on the historical style of the music and the traditions you've learned from hearing great artists play. It's a common flaw to not vibrate on a particular note simply because it feels like a difficult position of the hand. Most often that's on the fourth finger. You have to identify these moments and consciously remember when you tend not to vibrate because of a physical constraint rather than a musical reason. You may not even notice this is happening. While vibrato is a consistent concept, every note and finger position has its peculiarities, which make it easier or more difficult to vibrate, but the vibrato has to emerge as intended without the difficulties being apparent to your audience. Different styles of music require variety in the use of amplitude and speed. Generally, you hear slower music with a slower, wider vibrato, and faster music with a narrower, fast vibrato. So examples of slow and wide would be, again, an example of a fast vibrato might be we should be able to vibrate on anything we can play, but it doesn't mean we're always vibrating. We use it judiciously to enhance the music we're playing. It's always varying. So there's an introduction to vibrato. There are many great tutorial videos about it on YouTube, so go learn from those who wish to teach you that way, and also seek the guidance of a teacher who can react personally to your particular situation. I hope to see you soon at a concert of your Columbus Symphony Orchestra.